Greetings, in this video I'm going to add my final adjustments to my Getting Started track in my Quick and Dirty series. Check it out. So for this particular video I'm going to use my headphones, that way I can hear the details of the sound in the mix. So I can go ahead and kind of adjust the volumes of each individual part. So go ahead and check this out. Okay, so I have my Getting Started project loaded up. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take this thing sequence by sequence and just mix and master everything as I go. Check it out.
MPC Live. MPC Live.
Alright, so right off the bat, what I want to do is take that bass drum, boost it, and take the vocal sample part and lower it. And you know, if you've been watching these all the way through, thanks for hanging in there with me. Alright.
MPC Live.
Now you can see track 1. I also want to affect that too. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start on track 1. I want to lower these down on track 1. And you can, let me show you this right here. Put this like that where we can see it. I got everything right there. I'll go ahead and show the velocity levels here. Now if you notice, if I come in here,
MPC Live.
I can affect the velocities. I want to bring these down a bit here. This one louder a bit. This one quieter a bit, this one a bit louder, this one a bit quieter on this particular one.
MPC Live.
Okay, so that sounds pretty good on that track. I'm going to come over to my drum track and basically adjust the velocities here. Now I could draw these all higher, like that, which actually works out pretty well. I could adjust them all here as well. You know what I mean? See, they're all right here. I can adjust them. And you'll notice there's several ways to do everything on the MPC Live. Like there's so many different ways. See, I can go in here and I can adjust every one. And I can make sure, okay, they're all on 97 velocity. And then, you know, you just turn them to 97. Maybe I want it on 90. You know, it just depends on what you want. You know what I mean? So I'll adjust them to about 96-ish on both bars. I'm on sequence 1, okay.
MPC Live.
And then basically I want to go in there and adjust this one.
MPC Live.
I'm going to find where that sample is.
Continue. MPC Live.
I'm going to bring that particular sample down here, but I'm going to do it here, this way.
MPC
It only
Live.
affects that particular one.
MPC Live. MPC Live.
Even more.
MPC Live.
Somewhere around there, you know. This is going to be a rough...
MPC Live.
It's kind of going to be a rough mix until, you know, I can bounce everything down and take it to different areas and listen to them in different speakers. But for now, I'm just going to roughly mix it.
MPC Live.
This is the quick and dirty video, so I'm not going to get too picky about everything. This is the first time I've actually worked on a track of this magnitude with the MPC Live, so kind of winging it, but we'll go for it. And then the thing about doing it like this is you got to go through and adjust every single thing. You know what I mean? Like I want to go to select that pad.
Continue.
Select my drum pads again. And I could come and do 96. again. I just want to show you the basis of how one can go about mixing and kind of adjusting the levels of everything. So I go back in here again. Just this one. Now you can see I totally jacked this one up. So like it's a pretty good thing that I'm going back. You know what I mean? And going through every single piece and making sure everything's good. So I could select this one, right? And basically delete that one. So now I should only have that one. There it is. And the same thing with this. You know what I mean? I could select that, delete it, come in there like that. Alright, so right there, that sound, that morphs into the next section. I kind of want to adjust the volume levels of that particular sound. So what I'm going to do is basically come in here and kind of switch this up. Kind of take it from this particular one. You can see it's right there. So I want to move it from this track to the other track. So basically, what pad is that? If I go to B pad, I think it's 11. So I want to take that sample, it should be effects 11, and I want to delete it from there. I'm just going to go ahead and put the note in on track 6. Right there, exactly where it was. And then, so now I have the note placeholder. Now I just have to assign the sample. So I'll go to Program, Edit, and this is drums 1. I want it to be on B11. You can see B11 right there, and then effects 11. Okay, and now I have effects 11 loaded there. Mute groups, I'm gonna assign it. Or I could do it here. I could do mute. So what I'll do, so I'll have the mute target B11. That way, when the next part comes in, it cuts off that sample and it doesn't overlap into the next sequence. Just like that. That's exactly what I wanted. And you can see the velocity level on my pulse 2 is all the way up, but I want to get a little more volume out of it, and so I'm going to turn it up because I have it actually not even halfway, and the levels are set to 0 on the mixer, so I'm going to go ahead and put it up, and I want the velocity full volume so I can get the full timbre of that particular sound. All right, that sounds pretty good for now. I'm gonna go sequence by sequence so you can get an idea of what this perhaps can entail to kind of get the levels right on MPC Live. Now, obviously I'm going to record this when I'm done to a bounce. I'm gonna record it on my live track and basically listen to it a few times over again and adjust the levels again. But this is the first run. This is what I'm gonna do. And yeah, and we'll go from there. I think that sounds good enough. I'm going to go to the next section. So I think I'm going to leave this part out of the song and move on to this part. I'm not sure I want to keep the bass in this part. I'm probably going to mute the bass in this part or do something, maybe swell it in, swell the volume of the bass in. Alright, so the part 3 here, there's really only a couple things I want to do right now, like immediately. So what I want to do is I want to go to here, to my drum track. Where's my drum? Go to my drum track right here. Now this is okay, but there's a couple things I want to pay attention to. This snare needs to come down, like drastically. Alright, I'll leave it there for now. This particular bass drum, I don't know what I did to it, but I feel it's lost something. Alright, so this bass drum, I want to bring some of that bottom end back into it that I took out. So I want to put it back. So I want to go back here. I want to go back to program edit. I want to go back to my bass drum right there. I'm going to come into my amp envelope. I'm going to kind of mess with it. And you can kind of hear that bottom end and that bass are kind of clashing right there. But it doesn't sound bad. I kind of like the way that they muddy together in my headphones anyway. When it gets on a loudspeaker, I might hate it. But let me try this. It's like you don't want too little, but you don't want too much. Okay, so I think part 3 sounds good enough for now. I'm going to come back to it later. Basically, just getting a general draft here. I'm gonna get rid of that ding. Let me see. That one. Because I think it would sound cool with the bass just boo-doo-doo. So I'll click it and cut it. I think that sounds a lot better. I think that's starting to sound pretty good. All right, so we'll kind of ride with that for now, and then it's gonna go into the next track. So let's start it from there, go back to here to the next part, I mean.
MPC Live. MPC Live. MPC Live. MPC Live. MPC Live.
Just trying to listen to this right now. Man, I'm so deep into this track right now, I don't even know what I'm doing. This is going to have to be 2 videos. So yeah, I'm gonna edit this little section here. It's intense. It's intense. That I want to go back to.
MPC Live.
Where in the world?
MPC Live. MPC Live. Live.
Let's kind of lower this one a bit.
MPC Live. MPC Live.
Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and start a new video here. I think that this video is gone on way long enough, and I'll go ahead and start a new video right here. Check it out.